In a small town nestled in the hills, there was a long tradition of cultivating lavender fields and producing exquisite artisanal perfumes. This city was world famous for its unique fragrance, which added a touch of magic to the lives of those who resided there. But one day, an enigmatic aroma began to emerge from an old, dilapidated mansion on the outskirts of town. This mansion, once the epitome of elegance, had stood abandoned and locked up for more than 50 years, becoming a symbol of intrigue and mystery for the townspeople. No one had dared to venture inside its moss-covered walls until one day when the will of an eccentric millionaire revealed a shocking secret. It read, "I leave my estate to my distant relative Sophia, who I hope will find answers to questions that have remained unanswered for generations." Intrigued by the possibility of solving her family's long-standing mysteries, Sophia decided to move from the bustling city to this secluded mansion. But what she didn't realize was that she was about to embark on a journey into the unknown where scent would become the key to unraveling a tale of love, loss, and the lingering spirits of the past. The moment Sophia stepped through the wrought iron gates, she was enveloped by an intense yet strangely familiar perfume. Its aroma was a captivating blend of lavender, vanilla, and musk, reminiscent of the town's signature fragrance, yet with a depth and complexity that hinted at a darker, more mysterious narrative. As days turned into weeks, she meticulously explored every nook and cranny of the mansion. It was then that she discovered a hidden basement accessible only through a secret passage behind a bookshelf in the library. Down the creaking stairs lay a labyrinth of tunnels leading to a vast subterranean complex. At the end of a long, dimly lit corridor, she found an ornately carved wooden door. Pushing it open, she entered a room that sent shivers down her spine. Before her stood an array of shelves laden with countless glass bottles, each containing a different fragrance waiting to be discovered. And in the center of it all sat an enormous copper still, its surface tarnished with age, whispering tales of countless aromatic concoctions that had been distilled within its depths. Amidst the array of fragrances, Sophia's gaze fell upon a bottle encased in a velvet pouch, its label simply reading, "Essence of Shadow." With trembling hands, she removed the cloth, revealing a deep black liquid that seemed to absorb the dim light of the basement. Drawn to its enigmatic nature, Sophia carefully uncorked the bottle and inhaled deeply. The scent was unlike anything she had ever encountered before, a heady mixture of sweet florals and spices with an underlying note that was both rich and metallic, as if touched by an otherworldly essence. As the aroma filled her senses, images flashed before her eyes, fragmented memories of a time long past. She saw glimpses of a grand ballroom where elegantly dressed couples waltzed beneath chandeliers, their laughter echoing through the halls. She felt the warmth of a crackling fireplace and the soft caress of velvet curtains. But amidst these glimpses of grandeur, she also sensed a lurking darkness, a haunting melody played on a distant piano, a chill wind that stirred the shadows, and whispers that seemed to carry fragments of sorrow and despair. Overwhelmed by the intensity of it all, Sophia stumbled back, knocking over a nearby table and breaking a smaller bottle. The scent of vanilla and cinnamon spilled onto the floor, mingling with the metallic aroma of the basement and creating a strange, almost nauseating fragrance. Suddenly the air grew heavy, and the basement seemed to close in on her, suffocating her with an unseen presence. Fear clawed at her throat as she raced through the labyrinthine corridors, desperate to escape the suffocating atmosphere. As she burst through the front doors and into the fresh air, she noticed a peculiar sight. The sky, once a clear expanse of blue, was now filled with swirling gray clouds that mirrored the turmoil within her. She could feel the oppressive weight of unseen eyes upon her, and the scent of vanilla and cinnamon lingered around her like a ghostly shroud. Determined to understand the unsettling events she had experienced, she delved deeper into her family's history, unearthing a trove of secrets that had been buried for generations. Among her discoveries was an old diary belonging to her great-grandmother Elise, a renowned perfumer who had lived in the mansion over a century ago. Its pages were filled with elegant script detailing not just her olfactory creations, but also her innermost thoughts and emotions. One entry in particular caught Sophia's attention. It spoke of a fragrance unlike any other, an elixir that captured the very essence of the human soul. Elise described the intoxicating notes of rose, jasmine, and sandalwood, but it was the final ingredient that held the key to the mansion's haunting, the enigmatic essence of shadow. With renewed determination, Sophia revisited the dusty shelves in the basement, searching for any trace of this elusive ingredient. Days turned into weeks as she experimented with various combinations, trying to recreate the lost essence. Each failed attempt echoing the frustration and despair that had driven her ancestor to the brink of madness. Then she found a breakthrough. In a forgotten corner, she found a small, unlabeled vial, its contents a deep shade of indigo. Could this be the missing piece of the puzzle? With bated breath, she added a single drop to her latest concoction. Instantly, the scent transformed, taking on a richer, more complex character. It was as though the essence of shadow itself had awakened, stirring dormant memories and emotions. But with this revelation came a new set of challenges. For as the aroma intensified, so did the supernatural occurrences. Whispers echoed through the empty halls, and apparitions flickered in the corners of her vision. One evening, as Sophia stood before the grand fireplace in the living room, she noticed a ripple in the glass of the hearth. Startled, she rushed to the nearest mirror and gasped in disbelief. Instead of her own reflection, she saw the apparition of a beautiful young woman with haunting green eyes staring back at her. As the days passed, these spectral encounters became more frequent, each apparition adding another layer to the enigma that shrouded the mansion. Sophia realized that these souls were trapped, tethered to the earthly realm by the very perfume they had once loved. With a heavy heart, she understood that she wasn't just a perfumer, but a conduit between the living and the dead. Tasked with setting these tormented spirits free, her mission became clear. She would create a new fragrance, one that would serve as a beacon of hope to guide these lost souls to their final resting place. It was an arduous journey, a delicate balance of science and intuition, logic and emotion. She experimented with rare botanicals, each ingredient imbued with its own unique essence. Finally, after months of tireless work, she emerged triumphant, holding aloft a crystal decanter filled with a radiant golden liquid. The scent was sublime, a harmonious blend of citrus, spice, and woods, with an unexpected twist of sea salt that evoked a sense of freedom and rebirth. She named it Liberté Eterna, eternal freedom. On a stormy night that mirrored the turmoil within her soul, she returned to the basement and activated the ancient still. The air grew thick with anticipation as the first drops of Liberté Eterna emerged, a shimmering liquid carrying the hopes and dreams of countless souls. She ascended the stairs, decanter in hand, and made her way to the grand ballroom. There, in the heart of the mansion, she began to diffuse the fragrance. Slowly at first, the scent expanded, mingling with the haunting aroma of the past. Then, as if awakened from a slumber, the trapped souls stirred. They reached out, their ethereal forms solidifying, their whispers growing stronger. One by one, they began to dance, not in sorrow or despair, but in joy and gratitude. Their movements were graceful, their laughter echoing with newfound freedom. As the scent enveloped the mansion, binding past and present in an exquisite harmony, Sophia knew that her journey was nearing its end. With a mixture of sadness and relief, she watched as the last apparition faded away, its essence finally set free. In the aftermath, a profound silence descended, broken only by the gentle murmur of the wind. The mansion, once burdened by the weight of its past, now stood bathed in the warm glow of dawn, its spirit rejuvenated, its energy restored. Sophia continued to perfect her craft, eventually opening her own perfume house in the heart of Paris. Her creations became world famous, sought after by those who appreciated the intricate dance of aromas and their profound impact on the human experience. Yet she never forgot her time at the old mansion and the lavender fields, and often she would share not just her exquisite fragrances, but also the stories they held, reminding all who listened that even in the darkest corners, the faintest scent can lead to the rediscovery of one's true self. As for the old mansion on the outskirts of town, it became a place of pilgrimage for those seeking solace and balance, a sanctuary where the aroma of lavender fields intertwined with the echoes of liberated souls. And within its hallowed halls, the scent of vanilla and cinnamon lingered, not as a haunting reminder, but as a whisper of redemption and the enduring power of love. If you enjoyed this enchanting tale, don't forget to like this video. Also, do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We eagerly await your feedback.